I just want to kind of make them as much realistic as possible. So if the Romans in the real world managed to conquer most of Europe, I would assume that they had very powerful armies, and I want them to stay as powerful as possible. So I'm going to make them a much harder foe to fight in battle. And I'm sure that most of you already know about the Spartans, who had warrior culture. For this reason, increasing battle difficulty to very hard while fighting the Spartans would be the most natural way of keeping them Spartan, which is who they are, and they are solely warriors. Now these armies, it's time for them to head north, and I want them to join the frontier against the Romans now. As you can see, not all of these have all brigades in their ranks.
We cannot pass here.
I'll need to increase those ranks. Fighting Arachosia has proved to be a lot more costly than initially expected. Furthermore, this army's taxed with defeating the last Arachonians here, and it's time to do this. So what happened with Arachosia is that when we fought Parthians, at some point in time they declared war on us, and they have invaded our land very successfully. They have taken a few settlements. We've already fighting quite a few battles against them, and they were one of the most potent enemies out there we fought. They had multiple armies. Every settlement we took from them, they were defending with a full army. We had a few land battles too, and now for the last settlement of theirs, we are stacked against a city which is full with units. Just like that. We're going to attack from three sides. Undoubtedly there's going to be many of them. That's the cavalry we currently hold. So these are the mercenary Persian cavalry. As you can see, we're employing locals into our ranks. Now it's time for us to move on and
enemy reinforcements approaching.
Engage them further. If we attack them simultaneously from all sides, we should have this battle in our favor very quickly. If we wouldn't do that, it wouldn't be as well. Now, as you can see, they had very many nobles here. I'm not sure how, but Arachosia has proved to have very large population. They were very rich. Even at the very end, they had multiple horses here. So this nation right here, Arachosia, was managed truly well. As you can see here, we have many skirmish units. So these are archers, slingers. So these already saw fighting, as you can see there. They are covered in blood. They were probably putting the population in order for this attack and got wounded. In any case, we're moving up close, and
Anyone who runs will answer to my rage.
we're going to lock them into position. Now, throwing these cavalry units into this brigade right here could be very, very dangerous. Very dangerous indeed. Now, I want everybody to engage there. One of the most important things for us is to spread and use as many brigades as possible into this engagement. As you can see, this is going to create many problems for them. Now that this has an engagement taken place, we are going to move in. On this side right here, I want the soldiers to line up on the street and from above. In here, it's starting to show. All of these troops right here need to attack their slingers. As you can see, their slingers, they have absolutely no chance of dealing with these brigades who are used to very heavy fighting. On the other hand, here, their phalanx will have absolutely no problem stopping us. My cavalry has unfortunately been stuck quite badly. All of my troops are in a position on the street. It's time to move up. As you can see, after this javelin barrage, everybody's heading into the fight, and that's it. Soon more of us is going to descend from above. Shock cavalry needs to effectively engage their cavalry as quickly as possible. As you can see, that cavalry of theirs was a skirmish cavalry. That's very bad, very bad indeed. Furthermore, it seems that we are winning on all sides, and things are going really well for us. Their cavalry is not going to engage us, which is fine. I didn't have a job for them anyway, because there is no space for them to maneuver effectively. In here, their phalanx, protected by or supported by a large number of their skirmishers, make our ability to pass through them very difficult indeed. We already lost more than 30% of all of our forces here in this brigade fighting just that unit. But as you can see, we have launched an attack from the rear, and that means they are surrounded, and that should be the very end. Now, all of their elephants are dead. It seems to me that there weren't that many of them left to fight us anyway. After this battle here, it looks like we won't have any more enemies or resistance in this Far East region. It's like the very edge, so it's Far East. However, it probably could be as well Middle East. But for us right now, it's Far East. Done. In here, I'm going to create another military establishment that's going to protect us against possible invasions from the Indians. Obviously the Indians will never show up, but it'll do. Furthermore, I need to build up my settlements, and I have quite a few of them already. In here, looks like I need to go with the bronze workshop so that infantry units could be available for recruitment. Otherwise, surprisingly, all buildings everywhere have been recruited. This army needs to go into normal stance and stay. The operations here are very insignificant now. It looks like that Bactrian force has finally been defeated. Let us move on to the frontier. Sooner or later, we'll reach it. With all of our armies. Fine. These two will be here in just a couple of turns. We'll have many here already. The weather here is really bad, as you can see. The snowstorm is so huge and so thick that I can hardly see anything from above. Is there anybody else left out in here? It looks like there's none. This army
Ready for orders. Get moving.
it needs to prepare
Ready.
for an attack on Rhodes. It's not going to come suddenly. but it's coming.
Fleet ready.
There are more armies
Yes.
that are on the way, and this concludes our options here. It looks like finally there's not that much we need to do, only one battle and just a few movements to locations from which we can start more offensives. Now every time the Romans do not declare war on us gives us an opportunity to position troops closer.
Your people are wounded by this war. Now is the chance to end the struggle. Take it or suffer more.
Bactra wishes peace. No, I think
I am saddened that Athena has not given you wisdom to see the merits of our noble offer.
that they have already been defeated. Besides, it looks like they're at war against almost everybody out there. There is no point in not taking the settlement that can be easily taken.
Our warriors thirst for your blood and hunger for your women. Perhaps they can be distracted by gold.
A very interesting proposition indeed. They wish a defensive alliance. So it looks to me that they do not trust the Romans that much, or the Spartans in this case. They probably assume that if the Spartans launch an attack on them, we would go in and defend them by attacking the Spartans, which gives me an interesting idea. Should I fight the Spartans first before I fight the Romans? Currently, up until now, my plan was to fight the Romans, who will be protected or joined by the Syracuse, which is the defensive ally of the Romans. After this magnificent war that will be fought all over the known world, around Mediterranean and inside of Middle Europe, many provinces are will be held by our enemies. Then we would be dealing with the last 3 nations out there that are not under our control or influence, and that's the Sparta. However, there's always a possibility to change things around and fight the Spartans first. This may as well unite us, and we could potentially have even more land before we engage against this enemy right here. But besides, I like the Romans a little bit more. The war against Syracuse and Rome would be very difficult indeed. Besides, the Spartans can always join the Romans and Syracuse against us too. However, I would like them to join in the combined war against my armies. I think that would make things even more interesting. I'm not sure how that could happen. I have decided that attacking Sparta would be geopolitically a much smarter choice than attacking the Romans. and that's why I'm going to agree with the defensive alliance again with RDA against its threats, and the only threat that actually could pose danger to RDA is Sparta. So
Talk can be tasteless, but when we have agreement, it makes wine sweeter and gives meat savor.
right now we have moved